Hello, everybody. It's me, Bob Mackey, and today I'm here with.
Jay Karchi.
Thank you,
Hello.
Jay. He's joining me today for our live stream of Curse of Monkey Island. I apologize, the aspect ratio is going to be a bit off or a bit zoomed in, but our video guys are currently busy with something very important, so we cannot fix it at the moment. But hey, it still looks really good. As always, please tweet in your questions or comments to @Retronauts on Twitter, and we'll try to answer them as best we can. And apologies for the delay, but we're only a few minutes late. Yeah, so this is Curse of Monkey Island. Came out in 1996 for the PC. I'm not sure if there was a Mac version. There might have been, but this is sort of there was sort of a long delay between Monkey Island 2 and this one, and in that delay, the main visionary behind Monkey Island, Ron Gilbert, had left the firm. I believe it was called Humongous Software, which was an educational software company, and so he said on record that this is not the direction he would have taken the series because I guess he had something in mind after Monkey Island 2's sort of like fake out ending where it was revealed that sort of the whole thing was a dream in a way, but not really. So yeah, we're just going to pick off here. Apparently Guybrush has been ejected from the Nightmare Carnival that ended Monkey Island 2, and he's going to end up on LeChuck's pirate ship. And we'll see what happens from there.
Christopher Bruce apologized for not being able to tune in, but he wants to know what's the best way to play these adventures today.
All of the adventure games I'm showing this week, LucasArts adventure games, are not available anywhere aside from their original forms, like the CD-ROM discs. So you're either going to have to track those down or find your own means of playing them. And it's kind of a shame, I've said this about a billion times this week, that LucasArts has not made these games available, because at a certain point in time, a few years ago on Steam, like the Dig came out, Monkey Island came out, 1 and 2, they remade those. They brought out 2 Indiana Jones games, but they are still missing a lot of some of the better ones, like Day of the Tentacle and Sam & Max, and this game too, which is really good. And despite Ron Gilbert not being part of it, I think it does a good job of holding up the Monkey Island legacy. Now, Jay, you said you have never played Monkey Island.
I have not, and
Okay.
Jose Otero wanted to remind us, insert Jay and Silent Bob joke. Since
Oh
we're
my
on stream
God.
together.
Well, I'm the one who's talking the most. Jeez, so maybe it's Bob and Silent J for now, but I want you to speak up. Jay, ask me some questions if you don't know what the hell's going on.
Sure.
Because
So this Curse of Monkey Island. This is where is this in the Monkey Island series?
this is the 3rd game. It would be followed by Escape from Monkey Island, which is the 4th game, and then following that, there would be the Telltale Tales of Monkey Island, which altogether is the 5th game.
Okay.
Just like in Sam & Max, which I showed off yesterday, the verb bar, whatever you want to call it, has been replaced. This time it's a sort of pop-up icon, which I think is much better than Sam & Max, because you're really only given we have taste, look at, and use. And use is pick up too. So there's really only 3 options. So if we ever get stuck in a puzzle, it's not going to be because we don't understand what this is.
Yeah.
Like, the means of input is really simple. So we're going to talk to Wally. Wally was last seen in Monkey Island 2. Oops, we have to actually hit the talk button. He was last seen in Monkey Island 2. I believe you blew him up with yourself in LeChuck's Fortress. But he's fallen on hard times, and he's had to sort of take up piracy to make ends meet. And I believe we have to just make him cry in order to take over the canon here, because as Guybrush Threepwood, we were just thrown into the brig or whatever this is, and yeah, we need to get out and get on with our lives.
He's
So,
bit of a Napoleon complex.
yeah, I like his fake beard. And I should also say this is, I think, the first LucasArts adventure game that totally bumped up the resolution. I believe we're at 640 by 480,
Yeah.
which it's laughable now, but I mean, compared to what we were playing earlier in the week, it's really well detailed.
Yeah, it actually looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to do an HD version, they'd have to redraw all of this stuff, but it can be done. I think it can be done. So let's
Jared Lapke from Twitter wants to know which is your favorite. Is this your favorite Monkey Island game?
2 is my favorite Monkey Island game, but this one is really good, and it also has a fantastic soundtrack. I'm not sure how much of it is made with real instruments, but it's very, very good, and it was never released. So, but you can find fan rips of it on the internet. But
Cool.
as far as adventure games go, I prefer 2, but this is also very good. So I'm trying to basically break Wally down, because we used to have a past together. Although the past that Guybrush had with Wally in Monkey Island 2 was that of, stealing things from him in order to progress his adventure. So maybe it was sort of a one-sided relationship. But yeah. So if you have any questions or comments, please tweet them in, and we will try to answer them. I'm trying to get on with this so I can show you one of the mini games. He just gave me a pamphlet.
Nat on Twitter does not recommend Monkey Island 4. I almost said Mission Impossible
No,
4. MI4.
Monkey Protocol. I don't either. I tried to play it once in good faith, just saying, okay, I like Monkey Island. I have to play all the games now, but maybe it was for the best that the game bugged out and would not let me progress past a certain point. So, yeah, I do not recommend Escape, although I still want to go back and play it. Maybe I'm just a masochist. I still want to see if it's as bad as people say it is, but I only got through maybe the first chapter.
There's always that hope that maybe it's actually really cool and nobody noticed.
Yeah, unfortunately, it came out in 2000 where 3D graphics are not the level they're at now, and they tried to sort of do this style of graphics with 3D, and it didn't really work well because they didn't have enough polygons to really push around. So it was sort of very strange and bizarre looking, and I don't know, it kind of felt lifeless in a way. So we're going to dare Wally to shoot us. You probably can't see the dialogue option on your screen, but
Yeah,
Wally does not have the guts.
We've been sitting here at the cannon for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you broke him down.
Yeah. So we can at least get past this prologue in our little playthrough, and maybe that'll give you a taste of how good this game is. Maybe we can skip this dialogue. Okay, Wally broke down. So we're going to show off one of the little mini games in this. Oops, forgot about the. Got to use it. So this game followed the trend of LucasArts by at least giving you some sort of little, action-y things to do. Although there's no way to lose in this. It's just something fun they threw in because at this point in time, 96, people were expecting at least some sort of game element. Oh, yeah, aim is way off on this. Oh, come on. So, yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah. Animation on this game is really good. There are full animated cutscenes, like straight up old school. It's not cell animation because it's digital, but it looks like it.
Yeah.
They put a lot of money into this game, and you could tell. And
yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the way it looks. I hadn't seen it before. I definitely heard about it and read about it, but I'm impressed how it actually looks.
yeah. I mean, despite the low resolution, it still has a lot of great animation and very well detailed backgrounds, although they're very dithered on this big screen. But
That's okay.
yeah. Artifacts are fine. So yeah, we're going to solve one of the easier puzzles in the game, but it's one of the first puzzles. So do you have any other things coming in on Twitter?
Here's a question. Fred McMack wonders, do you think guide sites make adventure games better or worse? Like kind of ruining the experience maybe?
In my opinion, in some ways they're necessary because here's what I do. If I get stuck in an adventure game like this, like one of the newer Telltale Sam & Max games, if I've just been bashing my head against it for an hour, I will check GameFAQs or whatever for the solution. But if I do look at the solution and know there's no way in hell I could have possibly figured that out on my own, I'll feel okay about myself. But in most cases, it's just me being stupid.
Right.
So.
I like discovery to a point. If it's getting too frustrating, then it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Patrick Shannon, he's on your team. He wonders why everybody's hating on Monkey Island 4.
Ooh.
He thinks it has some life in it.
You know what? I still need to play more of it, so I really can't answer that question. But I'd like to play more of it. Let's see. I have to do something here. Yeah, if anyone actually knows how to get through this tutorial quick, I would like to know, because I just ran in here from an appointment and didn't have a lot of time to prepare.
That doesn't need to be loaded.
So I know Wally has a sword. I have to cut this cannon rope somehow.
It's already loaded and ready to fire.
It's already loaded, though.
Yeah, the thing about this is you need to, maybe the hook will work. I don't know. You have to pull the thing on the cannon in order to launch you through the other door here. Man, I'm making myself look bad. Let's talk to Wally. Maybe he has a sword or something.
Sebastian Soika wonders why we don't get good iOS ports for these point and clicks. They would be great.
That is a very good question, and I think this game especially would work very well on iOS. I don't think... I mean, if you were going to put this on a bigger display, you might need to clean things up a bit because, the standard resolution at the time was basically 640 by 480 or 800 by 600. But on an iOS, you're not going to notice that, like in the JPEG artifacting in the backgrounds and stuff like that. So maybe I can do this.
I could never untie that big.
Oh, Guybrush, you big weenie.
Someone says, look out the window.
Oh, you're right. Thank you very much.
Nat or Nat0 on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's tuning in. Look out the window.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a while since I played this, and I feel ashamed. So here's how you solve this puzzle. That's Murray, who will show up in a lot of games. He's kind of a fan favorite, despite appearing so late in the series. But I'm going to get a sword.
You gonna fish it out of the water?
Yep.
Nice.
Maybe that's not going to work.
That will reach it, but it can't catch hold.
Oh, I know what I have to do. Oh, Adventure Games. You are so
you're
crafty.
putting a hook on the stick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is actually awesome. Like this is not my type of game that I'd normally play. I'm very entertained right now though.
It's like just a big, long cartoon and that you can kind of play around with. And
Right.
this game, like Monkey Island 2, has 2 difficulty settings, and which is pretty rare in an adventure game like this. The second difficulty setting, the harder one, actually makes the puzzles more complex. So if you're in the mood for like old school, like totally unfair, hard adventure games, there you go. That's what you need. But for most people, I think normal difficulty is doable. This game is not especially tricky, but again, it's not that easy either.
Right.
I don't think I needed any hints to beat it, to finish it. So what time do we have, Jay?
It is 1:18.
Okay, well, we started a little bit late, so we'll have
Yeah.
time to show off.
Mixinitus wonders if you've ever checked out the Whispered World, but he also does not like Monkey Island 4. Seems there's lots of mixed feelings on that.
I don't know what the Whispered World is.
said,
The Whispered
The
World.
Whispered World says fans of drawn adventure games should check out the Whispered World.
I will now. That's news to me. So something just happened here.
Oh my
As you can
gosh.
see, the cutscenes are pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good animation, some 3D effects. This is 1996, remember? So
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
I'm still impressed by it. So we just saw Elaine, who's sort of Guybrush's, I guess, girlfriend, although she doesn't really seem to like him that much. They're really, really strange relationship. But
Hey, I lost my cutlass when the ship capsized.
so this is sort of a pixel hunty puzzle, but I know what I need to find, so it'll be easy. But you can actually look at all of this loot in LeChuck's ship, and then there'll be all kinds of fun descriptions and jokes. But for now,
You know exactly what you need to pick up.
yes, and hopefully I can find it. Thankfully, you guys can't see the bottom of the screen, but whatever I hover over will show. We'll have like a little title under it, which will show like what exactly I'm hovering over. So I'm looking for a diamond. Maybe I can pick some of this stuff up.
No self-respecting pirate.
He is right about that.
That seems kind of creepy.
I'm just gonna start picking things up until I find it.
Arcade Wiz wonders, Day of the Tentacle or Curse of Monkey Island, which art style do you prefer more?
I have a feeling if Day of the Tentacle had been done at this resolution, it would look like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is not as detailed as this game just because the resolution they were working at was like about half as much as what we're seeing now. So that's my excuse. Let's see. Where's that diamond? So basically, I need to find my way out of here, and those of you who played the game know that we need to cut this porthole out with the diamond, and then somehow that will help us out because I guess flooding water will allow us to escape through here.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'd ever be able to figure these things out.
Yeah, this is a tutorial puzzle. I guess you can call it tutorial, but yeah. Also, I need game help from our tweeters. Where's the diamond, guys?
Where's the diamond? Does anybody know where
I
the diamond is?
know I have to get the diamond.
Who is your favorite character from the Monkey Island series?
I would say Stan is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I wish I could answer these questions. I have no idea who these people are.
He is sort of a complete shyster who shows up in every game but the first one to kind of... No, wait, he's in the first one. No, he only exists to rip you off in many ways. Like in one game he's a boat salesman, in one game he's a coffin salesman. In this game he sells burial plots.
Under the Bag of Wooden Nickels.
Oh, there we go. I just found it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James Fletcher.
It's a bag of wooden nickels. Some treasure.
Pick it up, Guybrush. You need it.
Hey, there's a big diamond ring behind this.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. This is also Dominic. I think his name is Dominic Armato's first voice acting gig as Guybrush. This is the first time this character actually has had a voice, and it was kind of contentious, but I think most people grew on them. I liked it. I think it fits him. They kind of had to make him more of a weenie and more of a coward. In previous games, his attitude is kind of dictated by what you make him say, but those older Monkey Island games were much more dry. In this one, he's, I don't know, like I said, a bit more of a weenie, a bit more of a coward, but he's still lovable. And we get another cutscene here, kind of explains what's going on. And that's how we got out of the ship. So, Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
quite a few questions. How do you feel about the weird Monkey Island canon concerning the end of LeChuck's revenge?
Yes, Elaine.
That is the end of the second game. It's revealed that Guybrush is actually a child, and Monkey Island is actually just like sort of a carnival attraction.
Oh,
where I don't know if I don't really know how you explained it that way, but he did. Ron Gilbert did, and LeChuck, who's the villain in the series, is actually Guybrush's older brother who was picking on him. But as Guybrush like wanders off the screen in the ending, his brother pulls off a mask and it's LeChuck under it. So it's like this whole thing could not be really a dream. And in this game explains what happened, and they have to do a lot of explaining to get their way out of that ending.
That's quite a bit.
But it's pretty interesting. I buy it. I mean, I don't know if Ron Gilbert was sabotaging them. It's like, I'm leaving after this game, and no one's gonna follow this up. But obviously that didn't work. And what's happening now is sort of setting up the rest of the game, and you'll see what this ring does to Elaine. And it's going to be our main mission throughout the following 6 to 8 hours, so
right.
we will see.
Sebastian Soika wonders if there's any other adventure games that we're not covering this week, but are worth supporting on like Good Old Games or Steam.
On Steam, I said it yesterday, but I would definitely buy Sam & Max Season 3. I like Tales of Monkey Island, which is the Telltale take on this series. It's pretty good. And Back to the Future is okay. It wouldn't be like my first choice, but I enjoyed those games for what they were. But if you haven't played all of the LucasArts adventure games from like Maniac Mansion onward, start there, definitely. Yeah, that's my recommendation. So
Nice.
we're going to wrap up soon here, but I just want to show you guys how just beautiful these environments are. And they're all hand-painted. I think they were doing them digitally at this point. Before, they would actually just scan in paintings of backgrounds, but now like Photoshop existed,
Right.
in its sort of current format, so they could be a little more ambitious. So as with all Monkey Island games, we're given sort of a world map, and this is one of many islands we're going to visit. So this is where we came from. Actually, that's where we came from. This is the town, which is way awesome.
This is very cool.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know if it works with this version, but there is a clock in this town that, yeah, you guys can't see it's being cropped off the screen, but it is actually based on your computer clock. And, yeah, it actually works with this emulator, so.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Caribbean Standard Time will be
Matthew J. wonders how is the PS2 Monkey Island game?
Oh, the PS2 Monkey Island game is actually a port of Escape from Monkey Island, which is the 4th Monkey Island game that we were all kind of bagging on.
That everyone's bagging on except for a couple people out there.
Yeah, I never played it. I'm sorry, I did play. I never finished it, but I never played the port. I can't imagine it would be better in any way because it's basically the same game. But yeah, I can't speak to that. So there's lots of cool little out-of-the-way places to explore, and there's an Easter egg in here. I'll show you guys after I open the door.
It's locked.
Oh, well, never
But
mind.
it's locked. You can't go in there, Bob. It's locked.
I want to show it. I want to show it. I think maybe this guy's... Oh, maybe I can go in this way. Yeah, the sprites look really good even when they're scaling close to you. They really perfected that from old games. There we go.
Inside.
Oh, actually, that's more of a warp to get you to another place on the map. I don't know. That's a restaurant there, and inside that restaurant is Manny Calavera from Grim Fandango. But enough about that. We can go in here and check out one last cool thing. Any other questions or comments coming in?
Sebastian said the little pirate looks like Tintin. And
The little pirate, yeah, kind of.
and there's a couple recommendations for this kind of style adventure games coming up from a lot of people. The Longest Journey, Gemini Rue, both on Steam, he said. James said the Blade Runner adventure game is really good, which I've never played, but I love Blade Runner.
The Blade Runner adventure game? I haven't played that either, but I heard it's awesome. And is that on Good Old Games? I think it might be.
Maybe James will get back to us. Is that on Good Old Games?
Yes, I know that's one of the few games where like the ending changes every time. Like who is a replicant will change every time you play. Yeah, actually,
cool.
I'm sort of locked out of these locations until I talk to the voodoo lady, who will tell me like what I need to do next.
Okay.
But I can at least like this is really awesome. There's a caber tossing field. You will later have a duel here with banjos. So
I
literally
wonder-
dueling banjos.
I wonder where I was when these games were cool and new.
Where were
Because
you, Jay, in 1996?
1996.
What were you doing? What were you playing?
I was like in 5th grade maybe, and I don't know what I was doing.
Did you have a PC?
I was building Legos. Not a very good one. Not
Okay.
one that could run the new games, which I guess this was new at the time.
Yeah. This did not like crunch your PC.
Right.
In fact, this menu won't show up in this version because I'm emulating it. But there's an option in the true version of the game that says enable 3D accelerator. And when you click it, it basically says like, yeah, right. Like it's
awesome.
making a joke about at the time like
Enable 3D
yeah,
accelerator.
because I don't know, like all video cards have 3D accelerators now, but at
Right.
the time like that was a separate thing you needed to buy.
3D max overdrive mode.
Yeah, all right.
Someone says talk to the lemonade seller if you can.
Ooh, you know what? That's our good buddy Gary Coleman, R.I.P. He voiced Kenny, the guy who sells lemonade.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This game has I mean, LucasArts games always had a lot of, I guess, Gary Coleman, not exactly a celebrity, but, I mean, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but they had their share of famous voices, like one of the barbers in that store I couldn't open down there is Alan Young, who did the voice of Scrooge McDuck, and there he is. This is Gary Coleman. He will say what you're talking about in some form or another. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Let's see. George Todorov wonders if there's ever chance of a Maniac Mansion 3.
You know what? I want there to be. But it's been so long. It's been we're coming up on 20 years of After Day of the Tentacle, and this is actually Maniac Mansion's 25th anniversary, 2012. So I don't know how long they want to let that property lay fallow, but I think the time is right. And I'm trying to get like either Ron Gilbert or Tim Schafer or Dave Grossman or maybe all three of them in for an interview or a Retronauts or something like that, and maybe I could convince them.
Yeah, maybe
Like-
that's all it takes is just you talking them into it.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know that's a good idea.
Or just lock them in the podcast room with a computer and say none of you are getting out until we have Maniac Mansion 3.
How do you feel
That's how
about
games are made.
Telltale's Strong Bad adventure game?
I didn't play it. You know what?
That's from Arcade Wiz on Twitter.
For as much of my life I've spent on the computer, I've never actually seen a Strong Bad cartoon.
Huh.
Ever. And that's not. I'm not bad mouthing it or saying it's bad. I just like that managed to evade me for some reason. And as you can hear the bells ringing, we are at what 1:30.
Yes.
Okay, that's so
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So I
great.
guess it's a good time to wrap up. Sorry I didn't get to show you guys more, but the game sort of locks you out of areas until you talk to the sort of voodoo lady who gives you your tutorial info. Not tutorial info, sorry, like your next objective. But yeah, this is Curse of Monkey Island and 1996 LucasArts game. You cannot buy it anywhere. You can go on eBay. I'm sure there's a copy floating around on eBay you could pick up for not too much. But
Go to thrift store.
thrift store, yeah. And just to let you guys know, tomorrow we're doing our third part of the Link to the Past playthrough. So we're going to pick up where we left off there with the after the end of the first dungeon. And what else are we going to do? Oh, yeah. Make sure you check out oneup.com on Saturday. If you missed any of the videos, you can check out a news post with all of them we did for the week in one great news post. And if you want to check out the videos outside of that, you can always go to youtube.com/the1UpNetwork and just scroll through our latest videos, and you'll usually find our most recent Retronauts Lunch Breaks. It takes maybe like 10, 12 hours for them to go up, but they're always up and they're there right now. So, yes, I'm going to ramble until we get to the end of this. But thank you very much, Jay, for helping me
No
at
problem.
short
Thanks for having me.
notice, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with A Link to the Past.
Thanks, everybody.